My name is Kayla Smith, and every year, the amount of people that's here today, it warms my heart. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my path with Publicolor. Growing up, my mom taught me and my brother to appreciate the simple things. We were broke, but we didn't know we were broke. My mom masked it for us, she made it look good. If there was no food in our house, she would send us to a friend's house right around the time of dinner so we could be asked to stay and, we'd get to eat without being, modest about it. And we also learned how to finesse being humble with our donated clothes that were the knockoffs of the name brands. But you don't know humiliation until a bunch of kids tease you for not having or having Nike sneakers with the backwards check. It's embarrassing. Our mom tried her hardest to provide for us, and she had multiple jobs, and she was always working. We stayed after school because my mom couldn't find childcare for us. It was an extra expense. And my father wasn't in the picture, so she relied on the school system just for us to stay after school. And my father not being around played a huge role in my development. I was a very optimistic child and a little sensitive at times. And whenever the world showed me some painful, harsh moments, I either break down in tears or I get really angry. In the 3rd grade, I had an episode with a classmate, and I was forced to see the school therapist. I got pretty good grades, so the faculty and the teachers didn't understand why I did what I did, and at the time, I didn't understand why. And one day, Publicolor showed up to my school at 11 years old, and I found that this program was perfect for me, because they had really good snacks. Come on. And it was nothing like we were getting in the schools. And I was learning a skill. It was mind-blowing because it gave me something to be proud of. Every day I went to school, I said, hey, I did that, and all the people that I went to school with know that I was a part of that. And my brother, we attended Paint Club every single day, again, for the snacks, and my mom couldn't afford the childcare, but we were there, and we became the MVPs, which were the most valuable painters. And my prize, thank you, yes. And at the end, our award ceremony, my prize was a Tommy Hilfiger backpack with the Tommy Girl cologne, a perfume. I was stoked. And the best part about it was I got to join Publicolor and transfer more schools along the way. And our stipends made it possible for my mom to save money, and I was able to buy things for myself. I bought my first pair of name brand Converse at 12 years old. Thought I was cute. And we were able to help mom provide for the house so she could put more of her money toward bills. And the workshops are really, really great. And the staff members at the time, Adam, Casey, Vadi, Felipe, and Tini, made me feel like I was somebody, and I had potential. It also filled me with pride, and they presented me as a student, as a role model at sites, and they counted on me to get the job done. And life was great. Publicolor helped me forget my situation. It helped me see the world in a more colorful light. From the time I was 11, Ruth always encouraged me to stay in school and that education is the key. But when I was 16 years old, life began to crumble. And even at 5 years at Publicolor, I faced a huge identity and anger issues. I was bullied in school for being tall, skinny, and I got a lot of good grades. Why would they bully me? But, and even my faith at Publicolor kind of changed when I confided in a staff member something so personal. They told other staff members, other students were around and they heard it, and I was humiliated again. So in my desire to strive and find acceptance, I was influenced by the wrong crowd outside of Publicolor. And I attempted to fit into this unrealistic standard of beauty. And I felt my mom was being overprotective and she wouldn't understand what I was going through. So I used to lie about being at Publicolor just to hang out with my friends. It wasn't a positive circle, and to this day, my mother doesn't know half the stuff that I went through with them. I felt so lost. and life was so hard that I attempted to hurt myself and take my life. I have scars permanently reminding me of that time of my life. And when that didn't work, I disappeared. And I ran away from home, I ran away from my family, and I ran away from Publicolor. But Publicolor didn't run from me. After I dropped out of school, I pursued my cosmetology license. It was Publicolor staff members who helped me graduate, and they came to be clients on my final test. So one day, when I was 23 years old, Ruth walked into the salon that I worked at, and that was a turning point in my life. Because I was unhappy at the salon. It was very, vain. Ruth told me that they were looking for staff members, and I instantly felt hopeful and happy and full of purpose. I had a chance to be responsible for something that I could take pride in again. When I came into the office, I saw familiar faces like Irma, Delia, Tim, and of course, Clyde. And it was inevitable that I returned to make a difference to the new students who might have it just as bad as I did, or even worse. Excuse me. And being back at Publicolor, I constantly heard that little voice Ruth implanted into my head about going to college and getting an education. But I kept putting it off because I felt, hey, I'm 23 years old, it's too late, it's too late for me. But one day, Clifford Cohen came into our staff training session, and everything became clear. My life purpose is to guide vulnerable youth and empower them with integrity and indiscriminate love. And that's the beauty of Publicolor. They never give up on you. My path is not typical, and even though I'm starting college at 30 years old, thank you. Thank you. Publicolor's support is unwavering. I just finished my first semester at Bronx Community College, and I'm pursuing my dream at being a school guidance counselor. Thank you. I have a GPA of 3.7. I just got invited to be in the president's list. I'm the VP of advertisement in the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, and I'm the president of the dance club at Bronx Community. And just when I thought I couldn't do it, Publicolor reminded me that I can. So I thank you all for being here tonight to support a new generation of students and pursuing their dreams and reaching their full potential. Thank you.